Hi, Guy Griffiths here from GGFit. In troubling times for the fitness industry, I've had a lot of conversations with clubs lately about members who want to cancel. So I thought I'd just put a part of the retention bootcamp that we recently delivered online to talk about levers and cancellations and how we can basically minimize the number of cancellations that are happening, but also look at any silver linings we can get from them, which could just include things like feedback from members. So this was probably an hour's session that we ran through talking about levers and why we contact them, why we reach out to them. It was aimed at independent gym owners, but hopefully it's valid for everyone. We talked about the goal of contacting levers or people that have cancelled or are trying to cancel. And as well as trying to change their mind and get feedback from them, a big thing for independent gym owners was just showing that they care. And I think it's one of the most important things at the moment is to reach out to people, to stay in touch with your members, particularly the ones who want to cancel, not bury your head in the sand, but to show that you care about them, and not necessarily make them keep paying full whack, but to keep them interested as a member and to keep them active and healthy as well. So that's really the most important thing, and that was the why that we started off with. I then jumped through the how and the what in terms of leave processes, and then looked at some measures at the end. So let me run through these quickly for the next 8 minutes or so. The leave reasons, it's going to be fairly obvious what the reason is at the moment, but before we get to the reasons, let's just think about how members cancel. It would be super if everyone walked into the club or maybe rang or even sent an email saying, I'd like to cancel. And this was something that we ran as a little exercise in the bootcamp. And we know that in reality, a larger percentage of members cancel at the bank, either just cancelling their DD or their card's expired and they won't be paying anymore. And they're happy for that. As club owners, particularly as independent club owners, we're not happy with that. And we need to try and get in touch with these people, as I said, to show that we care and possibly to save them as well. So knowing what the processes are around that, if you were the full service DD provider, you can get a notification. In fact, that they will be following up typically with cancellations before the next payment date to reduce their admin and to try and retain your members. Some of the gateway providers, it's unlikely that you will know until you try and take payment. So it's important to contact whoever is your DD provider, or if it's something you're doing yourself, to find out, to get as early a warning as possible. As I say, with full service providers, that should be easier, to find out when people have cancelled their DD, and to address that there and then, rather than waiting for the payment to fail. That's just one part about how they cancel. Obviously, when people are coming into the club, they're caring more, and hopefully it'll be easier to have the conversation with them. But you should be having the conversation with everyone. Who should be doing it? Probably the gym owner, because they're the most likely person to be able to turn them around and have the authority. But someone in the club, this needs to be their job, to contact members who are cancelling or trying to leave. The reasons, we brainstormed this as well, but typically it's time, results, money. Lots of people say they're moving away, they're not. Main reason for that is that they think they won't get contacted again, which may be true for some clubs. But at the moment, the key reason is this guy, it's COVID-19. And that's the reason most people are giving at the moment, that they want to cancel. But we need to get under the skin with that and find out if it's because they think they can't visit the club. If you're closed, then fair enough. But if you're still open, you can tell them that. You can talk about what you're doing in terms of deep cleans and wipe downs and the cleanliness and the policies. But if there are other reasons, if they've lost their job because of it, then okay, we need to see what else we can do for that member. Maybe offer them a freeze or a discounted membership. Onto that in a moment. Extra info we can get. All this is useful for feedback, but just have a think about what else you need to know about the member before you pick up the phone to them or have the conversation with them. When did they last visit? Was it actually over 6 months ago? And they're trying to cancel now. What contract are they in? What terms? Other terms changing because of what's going on at the moment, and any other information. So collecting all this info on a member is key, because then that takes you into the next section of right, what are we going to do? There are hopefully some options. They want to leave. Sorry, on this side, they want to leave. You want them to remain as members. We're not bringing Brexit back up here. You've got their leave info, the how they've tried to leave, the reasons they've given, any extra information, and we need now some save options. So a club I was with this morning didn't used to freeze memberships. They do now, or they're offering a freeze, because it's better to have a membership frozen that can resume than to cancel it and try and get them to rejoin. So freezing memberships should absolutely be an option, whether it's called a freeze or a suspension, but know what the terms are, be clear on the terms, contact the member to let them know what the terms are and when the freeze will currently resume, what the plan is. Talk to them about any extras you can offer them. If you're an independent gym and you want their support, tell them you want their support. Tell them that you need a certain number of members to still be paying a membership and what you can give them for that. If there are discounts for members that are in financial difficulty because of this as well, then offer those. But know who can offer them, whether it needs to be the manager or even the gym owner that is making that decision. As I say, they're the best people to make these calls because it's their business. Offering extras, something like a resistance band. So if people want to freeze and they're not going to be visiting the club, this is a great idea to just post them a couple of these. Whether you go down to Decathlon or get them from your supplier, with some tips on staying active and keeping healthy. You might be offering, lots of people offering online classes, and I think that's something, it's one of the ways the industry is going to change over the next few months, is offering that membership outside the club, like a membership light with online classes. So you've got some options, hopefully. You're also getting feedback from the members, finding out what else they think, what else is going on for them with the club. So the final section then to talk about processes and measures. We've got the why and the how and the what. A little brainstorm around those things, built out a worksheet so we know methods and we know reasons. We're taking options down for your club. If you want a copy of those worksheets, drop me a line. I will send them out or just share them on Google Docs, both for these levers and for the other processes we talk through, because I want to help clubs at this tricky time. You're probably not looking at your sales chart on the wall at the moment. It's not really very active. There are some sales still going on, but you perhaps want to, if you don't already, start measuring the count of attempted leavers. So how many people are trying to leave and how many of those you're saving, how you're saving them, whether you're freezing them or suspending or whatever else, and what's working for your members, so that your staff can see and your members can see what's going on. Getting feedback for all those members as well is important. Hopefully it won't be a quarterly summary, but I would suggest at the moment weekly, to see what's working and what's not. So do have your processes in place, be clear what they are, and have some measures as well to show yourselves what's working. And if you're recording all these members who are going to suspend or cancelling, you'll also have a list of members that you are going to restart or hopefully get to rejoin in the future. So please plan ahead. Hopefully that's useful. As I say, it's aimed really at independents. If there are any independents out there that want a 15-minute consultation to talk through any of these parts and how it works and get my experiences, then just drop me a line, guy@ggfit.com. Happy to have a conversation, give you some tips, talk through your situation, and just try and help as many independent health clubs out there as possible. Follow me at GGFit on all the social media. And yeah, any other questions on this, drop me a line in the comments below. I hope it was helpful. I hope it helps you to save a few of your members, stay open as long as possible. And yeah, together we will get through this. We will come out the other side and help as many people as possible to stay fit and healthy. And yeah, be active. Thanks very much for listening. Please share this far and wide. And yeah, leave me any comments and feedback. Thank you very much.